This episode is brought to you by Inspired Vapor Company. Inspired Vapor Company is a father-son partnership, and they own 3 locations now, one in Melfort, Prince Albert, and Humboldt, Saskatchewan. And their goal is to help as many people as possible to quit cigarettes.
Definitely. Kevin and Blaine Tetz, a couple of awesome dudes for sure. So if you guys go to Inspired Vapor Company.
Kevin and Blaine Tates.
What did I say? Tetz again?
You did.
Damn it, you guys. I'm so sorry. Jeez. Yeah, let's... I am seriously sorry, guys. Yeah, Kevin and Blaine Tates, a couple of awesome dudes. If you guys go to inspiredvaporcompany.com, they're there. They can help you transition from cigarettes to vaping. My opinion, vaping's a lot healthier than smoking if you have that nicotine addiction, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's totally fine. I was a smoker as well. But they're there to help you. If you want to do that or you're just looking for some good vape, reach out to those guys there and use the promo Moose10 when you guys check out, and you'll get 10% off.
InspiredVaporCompany.com and use the discount code Moose10.
Right on.
I feel like a drum roll is in order. Oh!
Hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
You made it.
Oh man, I feel like a big old asshole. I'm sorry.
Nah, man, you're just a rock star. We get it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. For this thing, but I'm glad you guys are still on the air. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Right
no
on,
problem,
dude.
man.
Yeah, I'm Shaddy, and I'm the guitar player from Invertigo.
This will be
Or 89.
episode 88 of the Sit Down Podcast.
Shout out to Muse Canada because they've been featuring some of our podcast episodes on their website.
Yes. We want to thank you guys for that. For those of you listening out there, if you're a musician or you're, in
the arts,
in the like film, music,
paint,
anything in the arts, and you guys want to connect, you don't know where you're going, what to do, who to talk to, check out Muse Canada.
For example, sorry to interrupt, but for example, you are a videographer and you need music. Then Muse can help you connect to musicians that can make music for your videos.
There you go. Kurt Dahl from One Bad Son, he's affiliated with them too, so if you have any legal questions that need to be addressed, I mean, you can get to Kurt through Muse Canada as well.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that, you guys. Give them a look-see. Definitely. Thank you guys for the featured videos. 100%. So welcome and thank you to the Sit Down Podcast. I actually didn't know who you guys were until I saw you open for Buckcherry the other night, man. So kudos to you. That's an awesome set, dude.
Right on, thank you. We're terrible at marketing, so we've only been a band for 5 years.
Okay.
But, yeah, we've actually played Saskatoon a couple times. One time we actually just crashed in. We had a tour, and Saskatoon was the one place that we didn't have a gig. So I just said, "Fuck it, we'll just show up and we'll find a gig." So that's how we got one gig. We crashed. I think Bud's on Broadway, and we asked about 5 people, and eventually someone found us a gig. We can't remember where, but we did play a gig. I remember I signed this guy's face, and then it was funny because he asked me to sign his face, and then but an hour later I could hear him going, "Hey, sign my face," and I look over and he looked like Post Malone. I think everyone signed his face. So I was like, "Dude, I think you should go home, man. I've already signed your face." And then the other time I don't know if you guys heard of the tribute band to Guns N' Roses, the Night Train.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, we opened for them at Bud's and Broadway for a weekend there. yeah, so we played there. That would have been our fourth time playing Saskatoon.
Right on. Okay,
Cool.
so like I said, I didn't know of who you guys were until that night. So I need to ask, like, where are you guys from? Is it Calgary?
Yeah, we're all from Calgary.
Okay, right on.
So my introduction to you was Joel going, dude, this band that's playing right now is pretty awesome. We should get him on the show. I'm like, okay. And here we are. So that's all I know about you.
That's awesome. Well, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, pleasure,
Yeah,
man.
you
Pleasure.
too.
I wish I would have got a chance to come talk to you guys after, but man, that night was so freaking wild. I ended up bringing Talus, from the drummer from Weapons, was my date that night. And when you guys were playing, he wasn't there yet, of course, another rock star being late, right? So, I was kind of texting with him. I got there right when you guys hit the stage, and I got to see, I think, what was the last song you played? The Night?
We actually played a different set every night, so I'm not sure. I think
anyway,
it was Break the Cycle.
Maybe.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I think it was like right after you guys played The Night. I went outside because he was on his way, and with the way the tickets were, I had to like meet him out to let him inside the venue, right? But as I was outside, there was people who couldn't enter because they weren't vaccinated, and they had VIP tickets. So this woman had 2 extra VIP tickets to get rid of. So whatever, I upgraded, and then Taliesin I ended up with VIP. So once we got back in, we went straight upstairs. We had our own bar, bathroom. So we were kind of up and down the stairs the whole night there. It was pretty wild.
Killer, man.
A lot of fun,
It's a
dude.
cool little event center. We've never been there before. We've heard a lot about it because we know One Bad Son plays there. They're buddies of ours, and the Hourhand. You guys heard of the Hourhand out of Regina?
Yeah, we went to see him there.
Oh, wicked! That's right. Yeah, because they played together. That's right.
Freaking rights. That was a wild concert too, man. We had them on the show beginning of summer. Maybe it was like June or July or something. And
because you were at the lake.
I was at the lake, yeah. But then we did it like through Zoom. Again, it's typical with COVID. But yeah, that's how I got to meet them. And they were saying they were playing the Vizzy stage in Saskatoon. So I got tickets right away, and we got to go check that out. Just blew our fucking minds, dude. Those kids are unbelievable musicians.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm going back to see. I want to go see them in Regina. They play on the 30th at the Halloween Howl.
That's right.
Yeah. So
we actually saw them. They came to our show in Regina. So we saw them at the Connexus Arts Center there. And we haven't seen them. We met them on tour. They were one of the bands we played with. I don't know, man. I've lost all sense of time because of COVID. 4 years ago. And we haven't seen them since. We had a small tour planned with them. We loved them so much. We're like, we got to take these guys on the road, and COVID canceled all that. So we were fortunate enough to meet up with them in Regina again. And they're good boys.
Freaking deadly for sure. Yeah, Gray. Actually, I had posted videos of that night, and Gray, the singer from Hourhand, was like texting me. He's like, "Hey, I know those guys." He's like, "How is their doing?" I was like, "It's fucking killer, dude."
That's rad, man. That's fucking cool. Small world.
You betcha. You bet. So,
and to add to that story, the next day we're at Hudson's, and we're there with a few friends of ours, and the manager there, Hannah, in Saskatoon. She's like, "Hey, you'll never believe this, but the table beside you guys played with you in Saskatoon before." We're like, "No way, who is he?" It's like Jordan from Weapons, the singer and the guitar player. So he was sitting across the bar from us. So he joined our table for a bit, and we all hung out, and it was a nice little reunion.
That's freaking deadly. Yeah, I just saw them. What night was that? Saturday night. They played the Coors Center too. So
That's right, with Dead Levy.
You bet, man. That was a
wild.
wild night. Hell yeah, dude. I got home at 4:30 in the morning Saturday night. We ended up.
Tell me what you did afterwards. How was your after party?
Oh man, the after party was Buds on Broadway from Dead Levy.
Oh, nice.
Enough said. Buds on
Enough
Broadway.
said.
That's it.
Buds on Broadway.
You have to take a PCR test after that.
Yeah. Doubt. Oh my god, that was the first time I've been there too. Yeah, man. I thought, my honest opinion, I got in there and I wasn't impressed. I'll be honest. it was awesome. There was a lot of people there. There was live music was playing on stage, and the music made me think of like back in the day, like small town dances and shit, when you get like the rock guys to come and just, you know, play a small town dance, right?
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
was the vibe that I was getting, and it was all cover songs, which is fine. But after the music that I've been listening to for like the past couple of years, like indie musicians and stuff and originals, I wasn't really into it. So then I started messaging the boys from Weapons, and then Mick and his girlfriend showed up, and then the party started again. Then it was like fucking wild again after that. It was fun, man. We had a good time.
Fair warning, never go into the band house that they have above Buds and Broadway. Just letting you know. That place.
Now I want a story.
Oh man, it's a scary place. It's we when we played there, we stayed there, and let's just say I was under the influence when I got there, and I thought it was just the coolest place ever, and because it was just all tatted up and rock and roll and beat to shit, and then let's just say it looked very different the next morning, and we immediately proceeded to book the most expensive hotel in Saskatoon just to wash the filth off of us. You know what? I've been to Saskatoon 4 times and I've never seen it. I've never seen it. We've been there. Shit always gets too crazy, and I end up like kind of holed up in the hotel room with the blinds closed for until we leave. So hopefully next time we're there, you know, maybe we can meet up for a beer. And I want to see this beautiful downtown I've heard so much about.
Right on, man. For sure, I'll hold you to that. So I do want to ask, how can you tell me, how did you guys end up doing this set before Bif Naked and Buckcherry? Like how did that start and come about?
So we signed on to an agency here in Calgary called Lifestar. And we got the phone call, man, about 2 weeks before the show. And they said, look, Age of Days has dropped out and they need someone to fill in. And he's like, I've you know, put you guys in as a recommendation, and he said, I have you guys in for Calgary and for Red Deer, and I said, we want the whole tour. I said, we want to go all the way to Moncton. And he's like, he laughed because he's like, you guys need to book time off work. We're like, we don't care, just get us the tour. We want this gig. So unfortunately, we had some more dates planned, but just the COVID thing started really getting in the way. It was canceling. It canceled a few shows. I think Edmonton was canceled. The Prince George was canceled. Winnipeg went and got their own local opener. Vancouver didn't have one. Something like that. It just kind of. So we were lucky to get the shows that we did get, but we ended up getting Calgary, Red Deer, Saskatoon, and Regina.
Frickin' rights. So was Regina before or after the Saskatoon one?
So the Saskatoon was the 12th on the Tuesday, and then Regina was the 14th, the Thursday.
Ah, right. Oh. Cool, man. Hell yeah. And another question I have is, like, through Instagram, like the link in your bio, doesn't it say like Rockstar something, or what the hell? Hang on.
Rock Shot.
Yes. What is that?
So that's the label. We're signed to a label out of Italy.
Okay.
And kind of like a distribution deal more than anything. It's just kind of a way to get our music spread a little bit further than just you know, natural causes and whatnot. So they've just helped market our music videos and market our EP, and you know, just kind of spread the band name as far and wide as possible.
Right, for sure. Because yeah, that's like the way I say this on a few episodes, but like basically my research is I'll go to YouTube and I'll just watch the videos, right? Basically the day of too. Like I don't.
Good research.
Yeah, we don't do any research. It's just like I want to hear the music, right?
That's by that's on purpose.
Yeah. So trying to find you guys on YouTube, I found it wasn't like crazy hard, but it's under that label is where your music videos are. So it was kind of tricky to find that. So even Mark, you were saying that to find it was.
Yeah, so Joel told me like we have Invertigo. Actually, you told me we have Vertigo in
right,
and I was like, okay, I'll look them up. I type in Vertigo.
Like I said, I only heard of you guys that night, right? So this is all you guys are new to me, right?
So in Vertigo in title, and the page was longer than my screen. I'm like,
Yeah.
so which one is it?
Yeah.
So I didn't get to listen to any music until he showed up about 10 minutes
Yeah.
before.
So it paid off a little bit that you were a little tardy because we got to just listen to more of your music.
You know, it was all a big plan. So
Sure, yeah.
That's how it is,
what do,
right?
what do you guys think of the music videos? Let's talk about the music videos.
Dude, I out of the 3 that I watched, the night, I love the shots in front of the fire.
Right
Can
on.
you tell me about that? Like, is there any good stories with that, or was it pretty like plain Jane? Because the shots are kick ass, dude.
So you know how I told you we were supposed to do a small tour with the Hourhand? There's a place. So we're predominantly a Western Canadian band. So we're mainly Calgary to Vancouver. Those
Okay.
were our roots. And there's a place out there in Malacqua. This guy runs it. His name's John Baxter. It's this beautiful BC property, and we did a couple festivals there. He runs his own little festivals, and they're amazing. It's all like peace and love. It's a great vibe. And we were talking about shooting a video for the night, and one of us came up with the idea of just, setting the whole place on fire. And we were thinking where we could do that, who would encourage us to do it. And so we called John Baxter, and he was so on board. So we went out there for a weekend, and we shot the first day. We shot that in his little jam room. He's got this great jam room with, like, he's got his motorcycle there and all this rock and roll memorabilia he's collected over the years. And then the next day, we put together the set for the fire, and it was, man, like, I don't know, 50 feet of kindle and shit to burn, and a lot of gasoline, a lot of fire. It was there's no CGI. That was really fucking dangerous. It was.
Well, and you guys weren't far away from it neither. Like you guys were literally standing on the fucking boards that are burning, playing the guitar.
No joke. I had kind of a PTSD after that video for like 2 weeks, where I'd be sleeping and I'd wake up like thinking I'm on fire, because it was so dangerous. But it was so much fun. It was one of the highlights of being in this band for sure. We wouldn't do it again, not like that. At least I don't think we would. But it was a blast, and we owe that guy a lot, because we basically set his fucking place on fire. So
Now I gotta watch that video because I only heard the songs.
You definitely do.
Okay.
Right on. So you said you've been together for 5 years, and are all you guys from Calgary? Like, how did you guys get to know each other?
So originally we had a different drummer, and we were with him up until COVID. So right. and we're very active.
Sorry to cut you off there. Sorry to cut you off there, but I did notice, like, through the videos too, that yes, you'll see in some videos there's a different drummer than the other. I apologize for cutting you off there.
No worries, no worries. So he was an OG, and it was him, Reed, Duncan, and I. We were all we all started the band, and over COVID, you know what this fucking thing's done to people, man. It's given them a new perspective, and in a lot of ways kind of changed their views on what they want to do in their lives. And
right.
you know what, he paid his dues. He did. He was in the band for a long time. He went through a lot of crazy shit with us, but when things started reopening last year, he just realized he was done. He wanted to kind of settle down. So we proceeded to look for a drummer for almost a year. It was tough. It was one of the hardest times we've had as a band, and we ended up with we call him the Kid. His name is Carter Buse, and it was well worth the wait. He's a hell of a guy. And we also added a second guitar player and a third vocalist, because he's a wonderful singer. So we've been a 4-piece up until about 6-7 months ago. We're a 5-piece now, and yeah, the band's on fire.
Hell yeah, man.
Cool.
And it
no
shows.
pun intended.
Yeah. But it definitely shows, dude. Like, as soon as I was walking in the venue as you guys were opening up, and I was just like, holy fuck. Like, I knew right from there it was going to be an awesome night, dude. You guys definitely.
That's amazing, man. Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Dude, it was a blast. Yeah, great. So then what is, like, obviously you're not touring with Bif Naked right now. What's the next thing you guys got coming? Like, what's the next step here?
So we have been in the midst of recording our next EP. We're pretty slow to get stuff out, you know, because we're very particular, we're very picky. We'll get, you know, 12 mixes back before we agree on one.
Right.
So, and then COVID happened, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but it was a big part of our shit. So we are currently finishing up our EP. We're a local guy named Karel Teleshev. He produced it, and the guy who's mixing it is a guy out of Toronto. His name is Brian Moncars, and he just did Alice Cooper's last record and The Tea Party and Our Lady Peace. So we're just wrapping that all up, and we're so close. I think we might have even sent it to him already. I don't know. I've been kind of MIA since the tour, but basically right now it's being shipped over to Toronto, and it should be. I think it'll be ready in about a month or so.
Okay.
And then it's a matter of how we're going to release it. Again, we're really slow for this stuff. You know, we may just do a soft release through CD and vinyl, and not on the internet until we're ready to release it through the internet, so we can go out and tour, and people that are at our shows that buy physical products can buy our new music and listen to it, or we might not. I don't know yet, but between that and just doing shows, you know, we'll see if we can. You know, we're definitely coming back to Saskatchewan. We fucking loved it out there, so we're definitely coming back. And then as soon as things kind of get a little more comfortable, we'll go back out to BC, and we want to work our way down to the States and Europe. That's kind of the plan for 2022.
Hell yeah, man.
Cool.
I definitely encourage people to buy hard copy album. Like whether it is CD or vinyl. Like what I saw a post that I kind of ripped from Jordan Pollard, and it was saying something that like one album sold, whether it's CD or vinyl, is the equivalent of like 5,000 streams on like frickin' Spotify. So like
that's fucking amazing, man. That's
right?
great. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I never saw it that way, but you're right. Like, it makes a huge difference to the band and to the artist you're supporting.
That's why we're in the record business.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's sorry, go ahead, Mark.
No, you.
I said definitely. No, Mark was just saying that's why we're in the record business.
Yep.
Is to try and help like get that music out there, right?
Yep.
That's cool, man. I'll tell you what's the shittiest part is nowadays cars don't come with CD players.
Right? Yeah.
You know, and it's like, look, I have a streaming service. I love streaming music. I pay for it. I enjoy it, but I also buy as many CDs as I can. I got 3 full books in my car, and all the guys are the same. They all collect vinyl. I have a smaller vinyl collection, but my record player is fucked. I just love physical music. I love streaming it too. I don't know why you can't do both. You know, it seems like everyone is, you know, shifted into one gear, into what's popular. And it's like when you buy an album, it's like buying a book, man. You get it from the beginning and the middle and the end, and you feel the whole vibe of the band, you know? So I'm on that team, that's for sure.
Yeah. Shit, you know, I never thought of that like that neither, that there are no more CD players in the.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, but it never like really sunk in like when he just said it now, because I still have a CD player in my truck. My truck's a 2012.
Yeah, my 2011 Yukon has it too, yeah.
Yeah. So I never really, you know, I'm just like, whatever, because it doesn't affect me, right? Because I still have the CD player.
But my new vehicle doesn't.
Yeah.
And my computer doesn't. I have a laptop upstairs that does.
So, okay, let me ask you this then. So I get there's like the Bluetooth connection, but you remember with Discmans, you used to be able to put the fucking cassette tape in the thing and then plug it into your Discman, and you could still play your CD through the thing. Is there anything like that where you could connect like a little CD player to it, or no?
Nope.
Yeah. There are. A friend of mine talked about this. He bought some weird CD player that has Bluetooth, and you can send
shit.
a Bluetooth speaker. So you have to connect your Discman to your
Bluetooth.
Via Bluetooth on your So it is possible, but the instructions all came in Chinese, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know how to do this." So he said,
right.
So
do you
Joel, you're talking about that cassette player that
Yeah.
I have one of those. I actually still use one of those. Because my auxiliary is fucked in my car, but my car has a 6 CD changer and a cassette deck. So my cassette deck is my auxiliary. So I still got one of those.
Oh my God.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Actually, newer turntables, some of them also have Bluetooth now. So,
So you could sit in your car in your driveway and play,
blast the
spin the
music.
record.
Yeah.
Play it in stereo. Freaking
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's a new world, right? And it's cool. Like I said, it's cool to be in with the new, but not to forget about the old. There's merit in both, you know. That's how I feel, and I guess it's different people take music seriously in different ways. And I was shocked people were buying so many CDs on this tour that we had. Like I was like, shit, people still buy this. That's awesome. But it was shocking because we've noticed from the moments we've printed them till now, it's been a serious decrease in people's interest in it. They look at it, they're confused by it. They're like, what is this?
I think a lot of people buy CDs just to support, because when we were at Weapons MP, I was talking to Mike.
Yeah.
And same thing. He was
Mike
like,
or Mick?
Mike,
Okay. Mike who?
the radio guy.
Rose? No, that's Scott.
No.
Mike. Okay, with the long hair.
No,
I don't know who Mike is.
he has short hair. Anyway, he was like, I bought a CD just to support the band because I just realized I don't have a CD player for on the drive back.
Yeah, okay.
You know which Mike now?
Yes, I remember which Mike now.
So I think a lot of people buy CDs just to support the band, not so much to listen to it.
Well, and it's the age too, right? Like Mike's our age.
Yeah.
So that train of thought, that shit, man, we did that in the 90s all the time. Like you said, you got a 6 CD changer in your car. Like I grew up in that shit too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like our norm is to collect the CDs. Like Columbia House, fucking, I got hundreds of CDs from them, you know?
And never paid for them.
And never paid for them, yeah, for sure. Right. But so I get that. And I feel like now it's that younger generation that doesn't know what the hell a CD is, never mind a vinyl record.
They stream everything. Well, I think right now it's more like the younger generation is full on into streaming, or also does records. They CD and cassette generation, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty spread out, I think, you know, and that's kind of it's a beautiful thing, but it's also a bit of a shit show for the music industry and for artists and for independent artists, because they don't know, like, you know, you're printing CDs, you're printing vinyl, and then you're maybe some download cards or something, and you're selling, you know, 10% of each of them, whereas, you know, 10, 15 years ago, your CDs, you know, people were lined up to buy your band CDs because that was the only way they can hear your original music, you know? But whatever, it is what it is.
Even with streaming platforms, like, you have to be everywhere because not everybody is on Spotify, or not everybody is on Tidal, or not everybody. You have to spread it out everywhere.
Right.
And then you get a little bit of money from everybody.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm a definite advocate for like just buy the hard copy for sure. It's $20, frick. What, like?
But okay, so now I'm gonna put you on the spot.
About records?
But you're too cheap to buy a subscription to Spotify or Tidal.
Well, that's not gonna support the band any.
What's gonna support the band? Some.
Yeah, but it would support them more if I purchased the album.
Yeah, but not right now. You're just like, you watch their YouTube videos. That's not going to put money in their pocket.
Yeah, but I'm going to buy his CD after we're done with the call.
Okay.
As I do.
Joel, you have to wait till we're in town next.
Hell
we
yeah.
don't have an online store.
I'm going to help
I know
push.
a guy who can fix that.
Yeah, there you go. We can help with that.
Shit. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. I'm going to help push for you guys going on tour with Hourhand too.
That'd be great, man. We'd love that.
Man.
We even talked about doing some shows with Weapons too, so we'll see. Man, as soon as shit just kind of opens and feels normal again, we were scared every day that this tour was going to get canceled.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you can't live that way, right? You just got to live and pretend that everything is gonna be fine. And it seems like, you know, it might be.
I think so. Like, yeah. I would agree with that. Like, I've been hitting up every concert possible that I can. And I mean, you know, I'll wear the mask. I'm double vaxxed, and, you know, I'm not like freaking sucking face with anybody in the crowds, but I'm not like 20 feet away from them neither. You know, I'm trying to be as safe as I possibly can. I need to live a life,
Exactly.
right? Coop up in my basement forever.
Yeah.
And I've been fine. And that was my point, is that, and I've been okay. So, I mean, I think if I just keep doing what I'm doing, things will be, if everybody does like I do, it'll be okay. Oh, frick. Yeah, no, that's deadly.
Yeah.
Any questions? No? What were you thinking of just there?
Oh, you know how people have an empty box in their head?
Yeah.
That's where it was at for a bit.
In that empty box?
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to streaming, because I don't want to say this about streaming, because, you know, I am signed up. I'm with YouTube Music, mainly because originally just because I hate the ads on YouTube. So having when you buy the premium, you don't get ads, and then you get YouTube Music as well. And I turned the whole band onto YouTube Music, so two other guys have it. And I think, you know, streaming it's a fucking luxury, man. You're just sitting at any party, or you're in your car, any song that comes to your head, you can pull it up and listen to it. I think it's a great way to, you know, absorb music, which is first and foremost the plan. It's not to be some elitist about, you know, collecting vinyl from 1981. It's about listening to music.
That's right.
I think it's a great way of discovering bands, and discovering new tunes, or, you know, picking up stuff that you might have missed along the way. And then something that you like, if you like a song or two or three, what I do is that's when I go and buy the record. I you know, it's like hearing singles on the radio. You'd listen to one or two songs, and if you liked it, you went and bought the record, and you discovered the true essence of the band through their catalog, you know. And for me, that's the most enjoyable experience of finding new music.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people misunderstand when I say, you know, I own a record store and I'm into records. But then when I say I pay for Tidal, they look at me like, "What, aren't you a record guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." How do you think I discover music to buy on records? That's how I do it.
Right. I know a lot of people like Betty Joe and Diedrich.
Yeah.
Right. Like these are a couple people out of Regina. Shout out to them. Great people. But what they do is, you know, for example, they are fans of a band called League of Wolves. Now, when League of Wolves is playing a set, they'll make sure to go watch them play live. And then the way they'll find a new band is who's opening for League of Wolves, or what are the other bands on the marquee, right? And if they like those, then they start following those people as well. So that's kind of same scenario, but they're doing it
totally
through the store, right?
Yep.
Excuse me 1 second, boys.
Yep.
Yeah, you bet. Well, and that's how I found these guys.
Yeah.
Right. Being a fan of Bif Naked and Buckcherry and going to the concert, like, I would have never found Invertigo.
Yep.
Right. Hell yeah.
And boys, let me tell you, Bif Naked is the coolest fucking human being on planet Earth.
Right.
She is so cool, man. She was so warm. Her whole band was so warm and so welcoming, and, you know, we're so grateful. And Buckcherry was super cool as well. We just got to know Biff a little earlier on. You tend to get to know the bands that play closer to you. You know what I mean? If you're on at 7:30 and they're on at 8, you'll know that band a little bit better. But by the end of the tour, I mean, we were you know, hanging out with the Buck guys. They're all pretty much sober, I think. So they didn't want us around them for too long. But they're super cool, and they're yeah, we lucked out. Not only were they great musicians, and they were, you know, really good team to travel with, and they're total pros, and we learned a lot just from watching them.
Hell yeah, man. That was the 4th time I got to see them play live.
Buckcherry?
Hell yeah. It's first time
That's
sober. First time sober. The other times I got stories for days on those, but this
Did
time
you see them on Crew Fest?
I couldn't tell you. Which one. Every show that I saw them was in Saskatoon, though. Every single one.
Okay.
I think I saw them at the Credit Union Center. I saw them at the TCU, maybe. I think twice at the TCU. I think once at Credit Union Center, and then this one at the COURSEVENT. If my mind isn't that fucked up. I think that's how that went. Something like
Do you
that.
have a favorite out of the four?
Honest to God, that one that was a couple of weeks ago, hands
Wow.
down, like without a doubt.
Because you actually
That's amazing.
were sober enough to.
Well, that I think there's a bunch of different factors. Like when I saw them all the other times, we're talking like 10, 12, 15 years ago, right? So I think now they've just got more music. So there was just more to it than them just doing the one album or
Yeah.
whatever.
And
You know what I mean?
I heard good stories about Bif Naked too. Like, someone was supposed to be on the guest list that last weekend.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, but somehow he couldn't get in, and Bif was herself involved in getting him in the door anyway. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Fuck, I was something else I was gonna say about Buckcherry and I don't remember.
Sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, we had one of the radio. Sorry, I think you're muted.
I mean, we can hear you, but it's pretty far away.
Should I hang up and reconnect?
I think we have another show here in 10 minutes with Fast Hatchet. What I'll do is just to close it out here is I'll just crank your audio when I'm editing, and I'll end it like that. But what we'll do is, can you tell the people watching and listening, like, where can they find Invertigo? Like, where's the best place to direct them to?
Yeah, for sure. So we're constantly updating our social media more than anything. That's between Facebook and Instagram. We do have a website. I think it's from like 2017, so we got to update that. But yeah, Facebook, Instagram, just Invertigo for Facebook and Get Invertigo for Instagram. And any emails, just send it to getinvertigo@gmail.com. For people who want like any CDs or merch and stuff, we usually just ship it out ourselves. And yeah, we're all on YouTube. We got our YouTube channel and also through Rock Shots Records and through our agency at Lifestar Entertainment.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Right on. I will have all those links in the description to this episode. And I guess last question for you is, do you think we can have permission to maybe end the episode with one of your music videos?
Absolutely. Go ahead, man.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Okay, we're going to do that. All right. I also want to tell you that you are now part of the Moose family. So anytime you just want to come back on the show, talk about anything going on or just shoot the shit, man, you are more than welcome. Just reach out and let us know, dude.
Yep.
That's awesome. I will not be late this time, I promise.
Yeah. All right. We'll let you go. Thank you so much.
Okay. See ya.
See ya. Bye-bye.
I can read the signs, the finely painted lines out your name. I'll be on to you. I'll be on to you. When the night calls, screaming out your name. I'll be on to you. I'll be on to you. When the night calls, screaming out your name. I'll be on to you. I'll be on to you. When the night calls, screaming out your name. I'll be on to you. I'll be on to you. When the night calls, screaming out your name. I'll be on to you. I'll be on to you. When the night calls, screaming out your name. I'll be on to you. I'll be on to you. When the night calls, screaming out your name. I'll be on to you. I'll be on to you. When the night calls, screaming out your name. I'll be on to you. I'll be on to you.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba